We now will now we are inviting any of you who become present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as a symbol of the highest honor.
让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊的加持。
We are very grateful to His Holiness for your blessings.
恭请圣尊加持汤为佛具供品。
Now we are inviting His Holiness to bless the offering items. This is the Akalanata Homa fire offering ceremony presided over by the lineage Guru of Trivira School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng, at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington. Thank you to His Holiness for your blessings. Now we are inviting His Holiness to ascend to the Homa throne. And now we are inviting Simu, all Dharma Masters, reference, our distinguished guests, and all participants to please be seated. Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants.
Now let's applaud
and to show our gratitude to His Holiness for presiding over this Akalanata Homa fire offering ceremony. We would also like to extend warm welcome to Simu and all participating Masters, reference, and fellow participants. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhist Bodhisattvas sitting on top of our heads, radiating lights to blessings.
Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Hom.
Is that purification mantra and the deity of
Maha Siri Siri Soha. 修多利修摩利修摩利梭哈。Om Vajranatang He He Hom. Nam Mô Samanto Modaran Om Tô Đồ Tô Đồ Tề Quế Sổ Hạ. Liên trao Om A Hom Sổ Hạ. Om A Hom Sổ Hạ. Om A Hom Sổ Hạ. 众弟子一心会心，那么根本传承上师大白莲花种子圣尊莲生活佛，那么根本大白莲花种子圣尊莲生活佛，圣尊莲生活佛。
When God, what God. 诸佛 Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼。 Visualize full prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize full prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all hedukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize full prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth head bow. Great mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to fill the whole space, the whole universe.
上供根本传承上师，历代传承祖师，祖尊不动明王，十方三世一切。
Make the offering above to the lineage root guru, all lineage gurus, the main deity Akala, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, in the middle to all heavenly beings and divinities, and below to all sentient beings.
化足珍宝供养佛，种种真体诸功德，消业速速正菩提。 Om Sawa Tathagata Yitamu Gurunana Mienzara Kandiliye Tayami. 做四皈依观想，观想根本传承上师，历代传承祖师，一切诸佛法宝僧宝皆合起来成为大白光点，自体灌顶。愿四皈依咒：南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。 南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。做披甲护身，手结金刚合掌手，念金刚手菩萨真言7遍。Om Bodhi Lanchali, Om 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 Bodhi Lanchali。 恭请圣尊转诸名加持。
Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with mala.
恭请圣尊金刚灵除结界，加持报
Inviting
名
His
表
Holiness
格
to set
及奉
ceremonial
品。
demarcation, to bless the prayers, homework cards, and all the offerings with Vajrapala and scepter. Inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the fire pit and set ceremonial demarcation around it. Inviting His Holiness to lit the home of fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enhancements, magnetization, subjugation, and bardo deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the heart mantras of the main deity today. Akala, Namo Akala, Akalanata.
加持八大本尊心咒及念佛。
They said that mantras of the principal deities in Temple Amitabha.
เป็นมีหมอมปนโมดิงทลิงโสหะอมฮะฮะฮะเวสโมเยโสหะอมเจริจุลีจุนทีโสหะอมจำปาดาชาดังชาดาเยโสหะอมอาหมเปจากุรุเปมาสิติหมเสอมอาหมกุรุเปอาเฮสัสมหาเลียนเชิงสิติหม เตยะธาอมเปคาเซียเปคาเซียมหาเปคาเซียนาจาสมอคเตเรียโสหะนะโม36,111,9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36,111,9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36,111,9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。 回向，愿同念佛者，同生极乐国，上报四重恩，下济三途苦。见佛了生死，如佛度一切。弟子众等，愿以此法会功德回向，祈愿圣尊佛体安康，长寿自在，常住世间，永转法轮。
We dedicate the merit of this ceremony to our lineage Guru. May he stay healthy, continue to stay in this our world to turn the Dharma wheel and all is auspicious. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the Akalanatha of the central realm. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the Akalanatha of the central realm. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to Akalanatha of the central realm. We pray to Akalanatha to bless all participants We pray to Akalanata to bless all participants. We pray to Akalanata to bless all participants. We pray by the bright radiance of the Han syllable, you guide the bird spirits to be reborn into the Pure Lands. Please bless us with great health. All goes according to our wishes. All calamities transform into auspiciousness, that we have strong commitment in our spiritual cultivation. We pray that you bless us with sufficient resources, that all bad karmas be eradicated. May we increase our good karma, leave behind all sufferings, and gain boundless radiance. May we benefit from our spiritual cultivation and improve our fruition to beautify the Buddha lands. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the Akalanata of the Central Realm. Please bless us with love, respect, and harmony. We pray that you bless us. May we benefit from our spiritual cultivation. May we increase our radiance and improve our fruition to beautify the Buddha lands. To the Akalanata, the great sage of the Central Realm, and the gods of the heavens, gods of the earth, may we be far from all calamities. May all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. And may all enemies and enmities and all hindrances and obstructions disperse. Please say under Silver Mantra 3 times.
Pecha sato samaya manupanaya Pecha sato tenupadicha Checho me pawa Soto kayu me pawa Sopo kayu me pawa Anurato me pawa Shawa siti me poraya cha Sawa kama Sutta me chitamu Siri ren guru hum Ha 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 Bhagavan sawa Tathagata Pecha mami mansa Pecha pawa Mahasamaya Sato ahom pei om Pecha sato samaya manupanaya Pecha sato tenupadicha Checho me pawa Soto kayu me pawa Sopo kayu me pawa Anurato me pawa Shawa siti me puraya cha Sawa kama Sutta me chitamu Siri ren guru hum Ha 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 Bhagavan sawa Tathagata Pecha mami mansa Pecha pawa Mahasamaya Sato ahom pei om Pecha sato samaya manupanaya Pecha sato tenupadicha Checho me pawa Soto kayu me pawa Sopo kayu me pawa Anurato me pawa Shawa siti me puraya cha Sawa karma Sutta me chitamu Siri ren guru hum Ha 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 Bhagavan sawa Tathagata Pecha mami mansa Pecha pawa Mahasamaya Sato ahom pei 做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及穿山世界诸佛。观想顶礼为天心散印。二拜祝菩萨。观想顶礼为天心散印。三拜祝护法金刚。观想顶礼为天心散印。四平等于其手。念圆满咒。Om Brim Om Brim Om Brim Om Mani Padme Hum。请大家起立，恭敬合掌，恭请圣尊升法王座。
We're inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching seat. Please
让
be
我们
seated.
以热烈的掌声感谢圣尊
And now
祖
let's
堂
give
这
a
么
round
殊
of
胜珍贵的
applause
护
to His
摩大
Holiness.
法会。
And as our
请
gratitude
大
to His
家
Holiness
恭
for
敬
presiding
合
over
掌，
this Homa
一起
Fire
虔
Offering
诚恭
ceremony.
请圣尊为大众做宝贵的法语开示。
Now we are inviting His Holiness to transmit the precious Buddha Dharma teaching.
敬礼传承祖师，敬礼了明和
Homage
尚，
to the lineage gurus, homage
敬
to the
礼
Venerable
萨
Mang
迦
Liao
正
Min,
空上师，
homage to Master
敬
Sakya
礼
Zengko,
16世大法华
homage to
卡
the
玛巴，
16 Dharma King
敬
Karmapa,
礼图登达尔吉上师，
and homage to Master Dukden Dorji,
坛城三宝，
homage to the two jewels of the altar,
敬礼今天的父魔祖尊，
and homage to the main
中
deity. And our distinguished guest today, accountant to the Federation, Dharma Sister Teresa, and producers for Nukini Tiensang Shinton Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi, and the representative of the council person from Taipei, Dharma Sister Huilin, and from the Voices of Heaven Choir Group, and from the Sunny Line Dance Group, Dharma Sister Chen Yanru, and Dr. Gao. Breaking. Good afternoon, everybody. How do you do? It's really bad. It's really bad. And greetings in Cantonese. Next Sunday on August 21st at 3 p.m. there will be Golden Mother Homa Fire Offering Ceremony. It is the Golden Mother Homa Fire Offering Ceremony. Listen carefully. Whether you want to become primary supplicant or not, it's up to you.
今天我们是做不动明王，不动明王的附魔。这不动明王啊，在
Akalanata Homa. So Akalanata, among the 5 Vidya Rajas, or the 8 Vidya Rajas, wisdom kings, the 5 Buddhas transformed to become the 5 Vidya Rajas, and the 8 great Bodhisattvas all will transform to become the 8 Vidya Rajas. And among them, Vairocana's emanation is the great sage of the central realm, Akalanata. So we can say that he is the greatest of all the wisdom kings. And this deity also has the greatest power. So the 5 wisdom kings and the 8 wisdom kings, this deity is the leader of, or the first and foremost of all of them. And Mahotara Heruka, didn't you say that that was the greatest one? How come this one is the greatest one now? But they're different. Because Mahotara Heruka is Adi Buddha or Dorje Chang's. That's the Adi Buddha or Samantabhadra Tathagata's emanation. That's Mahotara Heruka. But this deity is Vairocana's Buddha. And in Japanese Tantrayana, this deity is highly revered. And this wisdom king is the wheel of injunction of Vairocana Buddha. So it's for instruction or to subdue. This is the wrathful deity. If you go to Japan, there are Akalanata everywhere, and there are Akalanata temples too. And he's very fierce, very wrathful. It's very rare that we see a deity with this much wrath. One eye squinted, and the other one is glaring, and the upper fangs is downward, and the lower fang is going upward, and they're all exposed. And at my Taiwan's home, where as soon as you open the front door, you would be able to see Akalanata right there. So the Akalanata is enshrined right there. So that's why the ghosts are quiet at my home in Taiwan, because he's more fierce than the ghost. He looks really wrathful, and his right hand is holding a sword and encircled by dragon, and his left hand holds, there are 2 mudras, the seals of both Garbhadhatu and Vajradhatu. So Akalanata are holding 2 kinds of seals. One is of the Garbhadhatu and the other one is Vajradhatu. And his vow so anyone seeing my body would generate bodhicitta. Anyone hearing my name will stop evils and eradicate all the negative karma and increase the good karma. Anyone listening to my teachings will obtain great wisdom. And anyone knowing his mind will attain Buddhahood in this present body. So if you gain spiritual union with Akalanata and you know his vows and his mind, then you would attain Buddhahood in this body. So this is a huge vow. So one who sees me will generate bodhicitta. One who hears my name will stop evils and increase good. One who listens to my teachings will obtain great wisdom. And one who knows my mind will attain Buddhahood in this very body. This deity is incredible. In Japan, there are many Akala temples and Akala homas. In Tibetan Tantrayana, it's like this. So the 5 deities, the names of the 5 deities in Japanese Tantrayana is different from those of the Tibetan Tantrayana. In Tibetan Tantrayana, there are Hevajra, Guyasamaya, Chakrasamvara, Yamantaka, and Mahotara Herukas, 5 deities. The 5 Vajra protectors are this, but in Japanese Tantrayana it's Akalanata and Trikula, Vijaya, Yamantaka is also there. And there's one more, Wisdom Kim. What would that be? Let me test you. And Jiangsan. So although the names are different, but they're actually the same. So who said that Jiangsan Si Ming Wang? You did. But other people didn't know, so because it's very rarely transmitted. That's the mudra for Trikula Vijaya, and that was Yamantaka, and this is Akala, the short mudra of Akala. In Japanese Tantrayana. So that's the 4 horizontals and, the 4 verticals and 5 horizontal lines, mudra. That's like this, 4 and 5. And this mudra has been used tremendously in True Buddha school. Every time grandmasters form this cutting mudra, it's like this, and it would move automatically. As long as I use this short mudra to bless things, then it would do the cutting mudra, and always 5 times. 4 verticals and 5 horizontals. It's always like that. So that 4 verticals and 5 horizontals mudra, I didn't do it by myself, but it was done by Akala. And when I was seated there earlier, how many deities came down, descended. And I had the sensation every time a deity descended. And I don't know how many of them. I didn't count them. I didn't just say about Akala, but all the immovable youths also descended. All of them descended. And one by one they descended on my body. They are uncountable. The retinue of Akalanata is uncountable. So he is first and foremost among the 8 or the 5 wisdom kings, and he is with the most formidable power. And in my house in Taiwan, as soon as I open the front door, the first deity that's facing the front door is Akala. And my house in Seattle, the abode at the Southern Mountain, is a haunted house. Every night I have to set the boundary for Simu. And the deity that came is the Akala of the Seattle Lijiang Temple. The original one, not from the one from Japan, and the one with the glaring eyes, very formidable, holding the sword. Always that deity that came. In Simu's bedroom, there are two huge windows over there, and the Akalanata would be seated on it. Akala here, Akala there. And then at the sofa, there would be a standing Akala, and at the door to the closet, Akalanata, the door to the bathroom, also Akala, and also the door, the bedroom door, there would also be Akala. So there are so many Akalas all over, also above and down. And I place all of them so she has a good sleep every night. But I don't place Akala for myself. As soon as I get on bed, I would perform practice Om with white light emitted, Ah red light emitted, and Hum blue light emitted from the brow, throat, and heart chakras. And then the three lights merge in the sky and then would open like the fireworks, and it becomes a net that's made of the white, red, and blue lights, and it would enclose around my bed, and I would be sleeping inside it with peace and safety. And you can transform further or not, either way is fine. So you sleep inside the net of lights. If you want to transform yourself to become the Vajraceptor, and at the center of the Vajraceptor there would be a Hum, 6 syllable. So you can visualize yourself to become Vajraceptor. Or you disappear, so nobody is on the bed. You recite Lang, the fire would be ignited, burning you like in the cremation, and you would be burned to become ashes. So how is it cooked? Of course it's well done. Not just well done, but you become complete ash. And recite Yang with the breeze. Then you blow away all the ash, no more person on the bed. With reciting Kang, then you become space, you're gone. So you recite Om Ah Hum Lang Yang Kang, and you're gone. That's also a kind of protection, because now you become like the space, you're gone, so nothing can harm you. The old man, no, that's my dad, but the Laozi of China said that the only misgiving or the only mistake that I have is because I have this body. Everybody wish Grandmaster great health, and because I have this body. If I don't have this body, then I don't have any illnesses. If you don't believe it, toothache, like toothache. Toothache is not an illness, but the pain is excruciating. So when you're dead, the teeth will not get cavities, but when you're alive, the teeth will get cavities if you don't clean them well. Then germs would proliferate and you would have cavities. But when you're dead, the teeth stay there forever and they don't get cavities. So, frankly speaking, a human body is very dirty. There are all kinds of illnesses, even when the medical science is so advanced. But what kind of illnesses can you cure? You can't cure any illnesses. They always call terminal illnesses, like cancer. And AIDS and the Zika, there's nothing that they cannot cure those. Or the simplest illness of diabetes, the insufficient insulin also cannot be cured. So why do you say it's an advanced medical science? What is so advanced about it? You always say that you can't even cure diabetes. So can you cure the 3 highs? There's no medicine to cure them. So maybe you can just prolong the life a little bit more. So, like the cellulitis I had in Taiwan, I thought it should be easy to cure. But what? The doctor said, that's impossible to cure, and then you need to be amputated. And I thought, oh gosh. I thought cellulitis is just that the germs get under the skin, and once you kill the germs, then you'll be cured, you'll be fine. But no. Actually, if it happens on the legs has to be amputated, and whichever parts of the body that get infected would have to be amputated. So there are many illnesses that cannot be cured. Is there any others? There are many illnesses that cannot be cured. Some people have allergies all their life, or skin allergy, and that would be a matter of the whole life. And whatever they use cannot cure it for over 30, 40, 50 years. Or the athlete's feet. In Chinese, it's called the Hong Kong's feet. Why is it called the Hong Kong's feet in Chinese? Athlete's feet. So you think that it's cured, and after applying any ointment, but when the immune system weakens, it reappears. Or when your immune system's is not well or balanced, it's really hard to difficult. And polio too. They're all terminal illnesses. And advanced medical science, I wouldn't care. So that's why, see, the body is really bad. So now, healthy lifestyle, they all talk about that. Actually, you're nurturing the doctors. So if you're sick, then you need to go see doctors, and then you need to pay. You think that Grandmaster's disciples are curing Grandmaster, then I don't need to pay. I still have to pay to the hospitals. And one more. Think about it. Kidney dysfunction, or you need to have dialysis, and you need to lay on a hospital bed to have dialysis. That's just extending your life a little bit more. Actually, it cannot be cured. What kind of illness can be cured? Not even cold. Well, I got over cold. So why did you say it can't be cured? But you will catch cold again. Think about it. Some people catch cold once a year. That's not bad already. Some people catch cold often. And I heard that there's no medicine to cure cold. So you just increase your nutrition and improve your immune systems. And then when your immune system strengthens, then you recover. But then later on, you catch it again. So advanced medical science, get out of here. So healthy lifestyle is just nurturing the doctors. It would be nice not to have any sickness. Like in aging, you cannot cure any of the aging things. The problem with the eyes, a problem with the kidneys, problem with the nervous systems, problems with the liver and all the organs, and the blood vessels that were very elastic, very flexible, and as you age, it would harden. And two things. One, it's being blocked, and the blood cannot flow anymore, then you would die. The other one, the blood vessel breaks. So it's like a pipe, a hose, that you use it every day, and one day it bursts, and you die. So let's not talk about that, otherwise we'll get angry. We have many doctors here, but even the doctors get sick. So when there's flu around, the doctors would catch it first. The disciples, they're wearing white robe and with the mask, and actually they have fever themselves. And the patients came and said that, oh, you'll be fine, and then prescribe medicine for them, but they take medicines themselves. So the doctors would catch the flus first. So it's not that because they're doctors, the germs would be afraid of them. Impossible. Dr. Zheng Senlong is the head of the Zhongshan Medical Hospital, and he's called the big brother there because he has been there the longest. He has many fellow doctors or colleagues who died from cancer, he told me. There are some doctors who are seeing patients while they're coughing. Let's not talk about that. So Akalanata is truly great. So if you pray at this Akala Homa, I hope that all your wishes would be fulfilled. You have great health, sufficient resources, and with love, respect. Now let's continue to talk about Lamdre. The empowerment is received at the center of the mandala. At lunch today, I mentioned this briefly, that in Tibetan Tantrayana, they like to build sand mandala, and the rules about the colors, about the lengths, the measurements, and one altar with 4 doors. So the heaven is round and the ground is square. So outside is square and inside is round. And at the central point of the circle is the place for the main deity and many other deities surrounding it. And then they are expressed with lines and colors. And the whole mandala, the sand mandala, once completed, then it would be thrown into flowing water of a river. So what is this building mandala for? It's building an altar. And what is its function? Is to invoke the wisdom deity from the space to descend onto the mandala. It was just ordinary sand and color and lines, and the main deity and several protectors and the origin were all placed on the altar. So we can also say that Tanka is a mandala. And you can represent them with Sanskrit characters. Like for Akala, his Sanskrit syllable would be fun or hung. Actually, it's the same, hung or fun. Like Vairocana Buddha, Om Pecha Tatu Fan and Om Pecha Tatu Hang. Although they sound different, but they are actually the same character. Hang. Fan. And Akala is Hang. The last word is Hang. and Han represents Akala and Vairocana. Or you can have these Sanskrit characters inside the mandala. That's an example, Sun Mandala. So the mandala are classified as the colored mandala, like the sand mandala with colors, Pocha mandala and Bodhicitta mandala, and the supreme Bodhicitta mandala. That would be the highest one. In Tantrayana, when you see these two characters, Seng Yi, that's the highest, the supreme, the greatest one. So the supreme, which is with secrets, it's like the space mandala or the sky mandala. And last night I talked about the body mandala, and where you place all the Buddhas or the deities. And do you know where we place Kuan Yin Bodhisattva or Akasagarbha or Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva? Where do we place them on our body? Which parts of our body? If you check on them, they do exist. Which part of Kuan Yin, which part of your body you would place Kuan Yin? Like yesterday, I mentioned Vairocana Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, Akshobha Buddha, Ratnasambhava Buddha, and Amoghasiddhi Buddha on the 5 chakras, the centers of the 5 chakras. And also the 8 great bodhisattvas also on different parts of your body. So the colorful mandala, Pocha mandala, Bodhicitta mandala, and the supreme Bodhicitta mandala. So the Tibetan Tantrayana is very repetitious in building the mandala. It takes a week or a few days to create the sand mandala. And then in front of the sand mandala, all the lamas recite sutras for the whole week. In order to receive Mariji, for example, empowerment, you need to recite Mariji mantra for a week, Mariji sutras, and mantra for the whole week. And to make offerings and to invoke Mariji, the wisdom deity from the space, to descend onto the sand mandala to accept the offerings. After the offerings, by the use of the Dharma implements, invoke the Mariji on the sand mandala to enter into the empowerment vessel, and then the Guru would use the empowerment vessel to bestow empowerments upon you. So it's quite lengthy and troublesome. In order to confer empowerments, it'll take half 2 weeks or a month. And True Buddha School Vajra Masters are great. They give empowerments as they like. What empowerment do you need? They don't need to practice, they don't need to do anything, they don't necessarily have a spiritual union with the deity. They don't care whether it's empowered by tea or by tissue paper. As long as you give money to them, they would give you empowerment. But actually, empowerment is not a simple matter, because you're planting the seed of the deity in your heart. Like Miss Toto, she belongs to the line dance group, Huang Xianting. Miss Toto, her nickname is Toto. To is like a bean. And sometimes I would ask her, so bean, have you sprouted yet? You know, after some time, she would become bean sprout. And maybe a tree would grow from it, and branches and leaves, and would bear fruits. Then she would be different. So through the empowerment, only through empowerment you would be able to sprout and grow to become a tree, and to grow the branches and the leaves and bear blossoms, flowers, and bear fruits. So through empowerment, you would grow and become a Buddha. It's the same concept. So empowerment is extremely important in Tantrayana. But true Buddha masters went to someone's house to check on their feng shui. Oh, you have all these problems, this and that problems, and they're asking the master, so how do we fix it? And he said, I'll fix it for you. And he closed his eyes and opened his eyes, and he said, they're all fixed. Wow, oh my gosh. This elder, I don't even dare to fix it like that. But true Buddha masters were really incredible. They could fly in the skies. They're on the flying carpet, flying in the sky. But this elder don't even dare to fly on the carpet. I don't dare to create big commotion like just take it apart and rebuild it. I don't want to have you spend too much money. Maybe just move a little bit, move the bed, move the desk, or change the directions of the stove or the arrangements, and which window has to be closed and which door has to be moved a little bit, that I could change those. I don't know where this master come from, but he just closed his eyes and opened his eyes and said, it's all done. And then they said, oh, the master is really great. Why? Because he asked for a lot of money. Because he fixed it in just a blink of an eye. But there's no way to fix feng shui like that. There are lots of rules, but there are many true Buddha masters that become so incredible. Oh, the master now is on the cloud and descending from the sky. And the master all of a sudden appeared inside your house. He climbed in from your windows. And he or she said that he had supernatural power. So true Buddha school masters were so incredible, not like me. I'm not that incredible. So there are several Buddhas and Bodhisattvas entering into my body, and my body would tremble a little bit. Today there were many deities. But did Grandmaster see them clearly? No. I don't pay much attention to them. You come and go as you like. I don't need to check on them. Because if I look at them carefully, then I would start to have cataracts and glaucoma. What use is there to see them? If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. So which deity comes today, which deity comes tomorrow, and what kind of lights you see. But let me tell you, that's maybe a melodrama. And maybe because you have problem with your eyes, that's why you can see all those problems. And Grandmaster sometimes just kind of take a look, and sometimes I don't even mention it. Why? Because it's no big deal. Once you gain spiritual union in your spiritual cultivation, what you see or what you encounter is no big deal. No big deal. You may be able to cheat those stupid disciples, but you will not be able to cheat on this lineage of Guru. It's no big deal. There's no use to see anything. The most important thing is to transcend life and death. Do you have assurance that you would attain Buddhahood? That would be the most important. So you receive the empowerment at the center of the mandala to purify the body, speech, and mind. Have your body, speech, and mind been purified? This is most important. There's no use to see anything, but have your body, speech, and mind been purified? Is your speech purified? Is your mouth clean? If it is not clean, what use is that? Is your mind cleansed? If your mind is dirty, what use is that? Is your body clean? Of course you're clean because you bathe every day, but that's superficial. That's the cleanliness of your physical body, but we are talking about the cleanliness of your inner body. So the cleanliness of the body, speech, and mind. And to purify the body, speech, and mind and all their impurities. If you have impurities on your body, then what you see is ghost. It's very easy to see ghost. And ghosts can also transform. Don't be cheated by ghosts. It's simply said, the medium, say for the Jade Emperor, Yu Tang Tua Ti, wearing that crown and holding the placard and very upright. It's actually a tree, and the ghost transformed to become like the Jade Emperor. Actually, that was transformed from the ghost of a tree. Or you thought that you saw Guan Yin Bodhisattva. Actually, it was transformed by a ghost. Or you saw the seventh prince that's very tall, actually transformed by a ghost that died by hanging. Or so it's no use to see whatever. The most important thing is your body, speech, and mind pure. And only this is Buddha Dharma. Whatever you see is not Buddha Dharma. So body, speech, if you always reprimand this and criticize that, or you say, you curse. Did Grandmaster curse earlier? No, I just say shit earlier. It's not cursing, I was just being sad. I feel very disappointed in the medical science. It's just as an exclamation. So if you reprimand this, you criticize that, and you scold that person or this person, then your speech is not pure, and your mind is not pure. Then you're contaminated by them. That would be really bad. It's unavoidable sometimes to feel enraged, but that's a joke. So the temperature is really hot, and coconut water in Taiwan is rather expensive. And in Thailand, they went to Thailand and they saw the sign, coconut water, only 25 Thai baht. And it's very cheap, so they drank three of them. And the travel guide said, "Oh, be careful drinking it, because the more you drink it, the more heat you'll get." And then the first store said it's 25 baht, and the second store is 20 baht, and the third store is 15 baht, and the fourth store is 10 baht, and the fifth store is for grand opening. The coconut water is only 5 baht, Thai baht each. So of course you're getting angrier and angrier. And sometimes when Grandmaster's thinking about certain things, we'll feel mad. But I don't drink coconut water. I just let it cool down by itself. Just let it be. Just ignore them all. This is for you to guess. The question is wrong. Why are Buddhists stay in the northern hemisphere? Actually, it should be southern hemisphere or around the middle. Why are the Buddhists live in the central? Because it's Namo Amitabha. Oh, because Namo in Chinese is like in the south there's no Amitabha. And people fell into the well. The dead one would be called dead, and the live one would call help. That's a riddle. A fat person jumped from the tall building, and what would he become? What would he become? A dead fat person. That's simple. Actually, in the Diamond Sutra, it was written that the mind of the past is unattainable, the mind of the present is unattainable, and the mind of the future is unattainable. So what kind of mind can you attain? There was a monk who especially researched the Diamond Sutra, and he had copied tens of thousands of recitation of the Diamond Sutra, and he was carrying it on his pole, and he encountered this old lady. So what is it there on your pole? It's the Diamond Sutra. And let me ask you, so the mind of the past is unattainable, the mind of the present is unattainable, the mind of the future is unattainable. What kind of mind is attainable? If you can If you can answer correctly, I will give you snacks. Otherwise, I would just leave. And he had copied tens of thousands times, but he couldn't answer. So what's the answer? It's the unattainable mind. So the Diamond Sutra talk about this is unattainability. It's nothing can be attained, nothing can be gained. But when you purify the body, speech, and mind, you would understand about this unattainability or nothing to gain. Is there anything that you would expect? Nothing. That's why Grandmaster is really healthy in body and soul. Why? Because I don't care. I don't care about anything. I don't care about True Buddha School. It's none of my business. What business is mine, True Buddha School? True Buddha School is just a name. I don't care whether it would last for centuries or it would flourish, that it may decline in my lifetime, in this generation. I don't care about True Buddha School. So I don't even care about True Buddha School. Why would I care about the masters or the reference or the Dharma educators, the Dharma instructors, or the leaders of the temples and chapters, or the disciples? I don't care. Because when you don't care about anything, you have nothing, then you're clean. If you care about everything, so as if you're just taking the poo and smear it on your body, all this dirty stuff, like the deeds of the masters or Dharma propagators. So all the bad things that they did, and you care for them, so as if you're just taking poo or those dirty stuff and smear it on your face. But no, you want to smear gold on your face and not those dirty, filthy stuff. Why do you want to care for them? Right? You want to have pure body, speech, and mind. If you always scold or criticize others, that's not good. That should not be allowed. What are the papers and cloth afraid of? The cloth is afraid of the 10,000, and the paper is afraid of the just in case. That's a riddle too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which one is the most diligent and which one is the laziest? 1 is the laziest and 2 is the most diligent. Why? This is the idiom. Because 1 never work and 2 never stop, never rest. Grandmaster should be the laziest, because 1 never do and 2 never rest. Because 2 never rests, of course 2 is the most diligent. We need to be diligent and practice every day, and to cleanse the impurities of the body, speech, and mind. This is most important. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢圣真精彩宝贵的法语开示，请大家把各自做的仪式填好。
We are truly grateful to His Holiness Precious Dharma teaching. And in a moment, we will have the empowerment for Akala. And during the empowerment, please form the mudra, visualize the deity, and recite the mantra.
观顶的路线是从斜阳尊者这边进来，再从韦陀菩萨那边出去。观顶时，请大家不要紧张。恭请圣真为与会大众做不动明王法灌顶，含有皈依结缘灌顶。灌顶即将要结束了，还没有接受灌顶的同们，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。还没有接受灌顶的同们，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。 我们以热烈的掌声感谢圣尊慈悲赐受不动明王法灌顶。做观想大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三引，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三引，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三引，四平等于其手。护摩法会圆满吉祥结束了，非常感谢根本传承上师的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师助教于大家的护持，以及网络直播现场观看的观众，谢谢大家功德无量。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.